All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the next speaker for this Mastermind Summit, a marketeer by profession, a speaker by choice, and a short story writer by accident. He is a business keynote speaker and a seasoned marketing strategist. He helps entrepreneurs build their tribe of super fans. Yes, you heard it right. And drive organic growth. Through his 18 plus years of experience as a marketer and entrepreneur, he has launched 6 new businesses, 12 new brands, and 14 new products across 7 countries. So get ready to bust some myths, shift your mindsets, and have some fun. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and help me welcome my friend and the next speaker, Vinay Pushpakaran.
Yasuda Hidetoshi. Does this name ring a bell? May not. In the year 1996, this man sitting at his home in Japan happened to watch the movie Arunachalam, starring superstar Rajnikant. And he was so bowled over, so impressed by the swagger, the style, and the dialogue delivery of the superstar that he grabbed all the DVDs that he could starring Rajni and binge watched them. That was the moment that changed him into a fan, into somebody who did not even know the existence of the actor, to somebody who became a fan. After that, he traveled to India several times. He met up with superstar Rajni at his residence. He watches every single movie. He buys the DVDs. He has built a community of Rajnikant fans in Japan. And every year on December 12th, on the superstar's birthday, he organizes a party, he organizes a reunion of the community of Rajni fans in Japan, where food is served, where a movie of Rajni is played right after the event. And till today, he remains an ardent follower of superstar Rajnikant. Sudhir Kumar Gautam. Another name who if I talked about here, he would not ring a bell. But if I take you back to 2011, when India lifted the World Cup and the Indian team lifted Sachin Tendulkar, a lot of us would remember a bare-torsoed man with the Indian flag painted on his body, with tears streaming down his cheeks. And we would remember him in multiple stadiums screaming, Sachin, Sachin. And that man, coming from a small town in Muzaffarpur, believed that the purpose of his life was to follow the Indian cricket team and Sachin Tendulkar. He followed the team wherever they played the matches for years on end. He's even met with Sachin Tendulkar at his residence. He's even met him at different places, stadia where he's been playing. And he happens to be an ardent follower of the game and of the Indian team till today, even years after Sachin has retired. Now, who's Vishal Singh? This gentleman is very interesting because he claims to be the biggest fan of Shah Rukh Khan. He has got 22,000 pictures of Shah Rukh Khan plastered all over his house, every single wall, including even his car. His elder daughter is named Simran for obvious reasons. His son is called Aryan. And he's legally changed his name to Visharukh Khan. Now, why am I telling you this? Why am I sharing about these crazy fan tales? How is it even relevant? As entrepreneurs, as business leaders, as marketers, we face two realities today. Number one, the market is getting congested and suffocated by the day. Not just with competition, but also with information. And number two, our attention spans are so reduced that even a goldfish can beat us when it comes to having a focused attention span. what does this have to do with superfans? Superfans are the lifeblood that can drive a business forward. How? Why? We're going to be talking about that. But before that, there is one thing that I want to lay right out here. You do not have to be a Shah Rukh Khan or a Sachin Tendulkar or a Rajnikant to have a fan base. You can have a fan base, you can have a fan following for your brand, for your business. If you have a customer, you can have a fan base. If your business deals with people, you can have a fan following. There is nothing that stops you from building a fan base other than your own intent, strategy, and execution. And this is what I'm going to be talking about in the next 15 to 18 minutes of this talk. And before that, how many Talaivar Rajni fans in the house? Please raise your hand, please. In today's market, we face three problems. And these are the three problems that face us, be our business, be it B2B, B2C, D2C, any industry, any form. High cost of acquiring leads. We focus all our attention on acquiring leads and putting them onto the top of our funnel. And lead generation is a black hole of investment. It absorbs a huge part of our marketing budget, and it's never enough. It's never ever enough. And we are focused on generating leads so that our funnel is always full, and we're focusing on having people more and more to the top of the funnel. But that journey through that funnel is getting harder by the day. Getting much harder by the day, and that leads us to the second problem. High customer turnover. What is customer turnover? Customer turnover is the percentage of customers who stop buying from you and shift to an alternative, who consider another option and go to them. When information and options are available on your fingertips, loyalty becomes the most precious commodity. It's very difficult as brand owners, as business leaders, to have a focused, loyal base of customers. And this is a problem that across industry, across domains, we're facing. Whether we are a solo venture or a multinational or a big corporate, doesn't matter. High customer turnover is a reality. Lack of resources. Being for entrepreneurs and small business owners, this is an even bigger problem because we do not have the resources or the huge marketing budgets to pump into expensive digital marketing promotions and lead acquiring machines. These three big problems face us, right? And again, I come back to the two realities that we face. Your customer has enough information and options ahead of him. And as a business owner, you do not have enough resources or budgets. These are the two realities that we face day in and day out. Now, we are focused on growing our company. Despite all these challenges that we face, we are putting all our resources, our focus into growing our company. What is growth? What drives growth? There are two pillars of growth: marketing and sales. Marketing brings our customer to us. Sales takes us to our customer, right? What if I told you that there is a third pillar? A third pillar that can turbocharge these two pillars. A third pillar that is so underrated, that is so overlooked, that we do not understand how powerful this pillar is. It often flies under the radar. We don't often notice it. This third pillar is called the customer. Customer? What's a customer? Customer is the guy who buys from us. Customer is the guy whom we serve. That's it, right? That's not it. That is not it, because a customer is somebody who can be a very, very powerful growth driver. A customer can be a growth driver when he transforms into a super fan, a loyal, true super fan. And in the next few minutes, I will be sharing with you the who, the why, and the how. The third pillar, and to do that, let me take you to Sona Bakery. I come from Chavakad, a small town in Kerala. And like a lot of other small towns in Kerala, it has a lot of bakeries. Sona Bakery is one such bakery with regular products, a regular store, a regular place. But when I stepped into that for the first time, it was not regular. Now, it's something very common for us Malayalis to do when we go to Kerala is buy big packs of banana chips when we go back. Now, that was my purpose of entering Sona Bakery, and I entered the shop. I asked the counter boy. The boy just came out of it, and I said, I pointed at the pack of banana chips and said, I need a kilo, please pack it for me. That's where I was stumped for the first time. Instead of taking that pack and giving it to me, he ran behind the counter, brought out 2 bowls of banana chips. He said, sir, could you please try both of these bowls? And the one that you like, I will pack it for you. I tried both and I selected one and I said, I'll take a kilo of that. The next question stumped me even further. Sir, are you going to have it locally here or are you taking it somewhere outside? I was like, okay, how does that concern you? And why did you ask me that question? He replied with a very nonchalant, matter-of-fact smile. He said, sir, if you're going to have it here, I will pack it in a paper bag and you can still have it fresh right here. But if you're taking it outside, I will seal wrap it with a cling wrap so that it will stay fresh and crispy longer and it will also not get damaged during your travel. And I ask you this question because I know most of the locals here, you didn't seem that way, so I thought of inquiring. I walked out of the store. I went in to buy a pack of banana chips. I walked out with 4 or 5 other things and nothing was sold to me. Nothing was sold to me. I went ahead and bought that. It's been 7 years since that day, and every time I go to my hometown, Sona Bakery is a place I always visit, and I always come out with both my hands loaded with bags. The boy who greeted me that day is now the manager of the store, but that's not the point here. The point here is that till today, even now, they greet and take care of their customers exactly like that. Over these 7 years, I've kept buying from them, I have referred them, recommended them, I've talked about them at multiple stages. They nurtured a superfan in me. I am a superfan of Sona Bakery, proudly. And I would proudly say that yes, I vouch for them. I'm happy to go out there and buy from them. I'm happy to buy more from them. And I'm happy to talk about them. A superfan is somebody who buys from you and keeps buying from you. How is a superfan different from a customer? A customer invests his time and money on you. Money definitely, time maybe. A superfan invests his time, money, and most importantly, emotions on you. A superfan is connected emotionally with you, with the brand, with the business, with the person. A superfan is somebody who increases their share of wallet. They start off with buying one thing from you, then they go on and buy more. They're happy to buy more from you. They're happy to try out what new thing you have to offer. They are willing to try that out because they are loyal to you and they love you. They're devoted to you. They passionately talk about your brand to other people. Be it an over-the-bar conversation, be it a social media post, be it anywhere, they're happy to talk about you. They're proud to talk about you. And they love communicating and engaging with you through any medium, be it a WhatsApp chat, be it directly face-to-face. When they drop in to your outlet, they want to talk to you. They love communicating with you. They are happy to engage with you. This is what separates a superfan from a customer. A loyal customer is not a superfan. A loyal customer is somebody who buys from you and keeps buying from you. That's all. A superfan is somebody who's traveled the journey, the superfan journey with you, starting from a customer to a more loyal customer and then go on to become a superfan. Superfandom is powerful. Right now, I've just answered the question of who is a superfan. This is who a superfan is. Now, comes the next question. Why? Why should you, as business owners and entrepreneurs and leaders, why should you invest in creating and nurturing superfans for your brand? How many reasons should I give you? 1, 2, 3, 4? Let me give you 8 reasons. Superfans are loyal to you. Come what may, they remain loyal to you. They are multipliers of your marketing and sales. They are your unpaid marketers and sales representatives. They go and they sell your brand, they market your brand, and they talk about you. They are your business multipliers. Their referrals are powerful. Now, this is something very interesting here. A customer referral is different from a superfan referral. When a customer refers you, a customer refers somebody to try out something, they enter the top of the funnel. They're just there, they evaluate your product. They are entering the funnel as a prospect. They're just evaluating, okay, shall I try this out? Will this work for me? But when a superfan refers you, there is so much of credibility and passion attached to that, that the new person doesn't enter as a prospect, enters as somebody who's no longer evaluating whether he should consider this or something else. They are only evaluating whether should I buy this now or later. That's the difference between the referral of a superfan and the referral of a customer. Superfans are competition proof. You can rest assured they are not going to consider another alternative. They are loyal to your brand and they remain loyal to your brand as long as you're in the business. They keep growing their share of wallet with you. They love spending money on you. When you have come up with something, you have come up with a new product or service, they are your number one cheerleader. They are right there to grab your first copy of your book. They want a signed copy of your book. They want to try out a new product. They are happily willing to give a chance to something that you have produced, that you have come up with. Your product, your brand. They are your biggest brand cheerleaders. They trust you, the amount of credibility that they have for you, and that trust is something which is contagious. They share that trust in that community. And to do that, they build communities where they share their super fandom. And they are also your defenders. If you're going through a bad patch and you have a negative sentiment on social media, your super fans are the first ones who come and defend you. Do you agree with me on that? Your super fans are your best and your first line defenders. 8 reasons, and I couldn't fit in any more. There are so many more. So why would you? The question is not that why should you invest in creating a tribe of super fans. The question is, why should you not invest in building a tribe of super fans? Now comes the $1 million question. How? How do I transform my customer to a super fan? Is it hard? Is it easy? Is there a structure? Is there a process, a framework to do that? Yes, there is. And ladies and gentlemen, here I present to you the fandom formula. The fandom formula says C into I to the power 4 is equal to F. It's a very simple formula, though I am trying to make it look very complicated here. It's not. It's a very simple formula that says when you take your customer and Take him on a journey of the 4 I's. Your customer becomes a super fan. Now, what are those 4 I's? I will share with you right now. You take your customer, you multiply your customer with the 4 I's. I to the power 4. Your customer transforms into a super fan. I number 1. Identify. The first step of building a tribe of super fans is to identify. Not all customers will be your potential super fans. Not every customer can be transformed. Some customers just buy from you, but you have to identify those customers which can be nurtured, who can be nurtured into super fans. You have to watch out, you have to differentiate between somebody who's just a customer and somebody who's a potential super fan. Easier said than done? Actually, no, it is easier said. It is easy. It is very simple. 3 things to do that. Number 1, be present. Number 2, be observant. Number 3, be mindful. Be present on the social media and every media channel that your customers frequent, that your customers use. Be present on every channel, every media channel that your customers use. Be observant. Don't just be present, be observant. Watch out for the communication that your customers share with you, what your customers talk about you. Keep an eye open for posts that talk about your brand, about your product, testimonials that people have shared with you. Sometimes people do that even without asking. Watch out for that. Be observant. Do not let that pass. Be observant. And be mindful. Don't just observe. Make a detailed list of superfans. You have to focus on them. Make a list of superfans and work and put them through this journey. Take them through this journey with you, and at the end of the journey, they would be the kind of superfans that will drive your brand growth, that will make your brand future-proof, competition-proof, environment-proof, challenge-proof. Identify is the first I of the superfan journey. The second I, interact. Never leave a handshake unanswered, a smile unreturned, and a message unreciprocated. Every message that somebody shares with you, always make it a point to reply to that. You will have messages coming through multiple media. If you have a physical outlet, a retail outlet, your customers might share the message directly with your employees. Your employees need to be trained. Your employees need to be trained to observe and take account of the messages and respond and reciprocate to the messages. Always, as a business owner, you have to interact with your customers. You have to reply to these messages, reply to the communication. Never let a communication trail go cold. Somebody has sent you a testimonial appreciating you, or somebody has shared a complaint with you. Always respond. You may not be able to solve every problem. You may not be able to give everybody a happy solution, but always respond. Keep the communication channels open. Let me tell you about Sirargal. It's a small little venture from Gobi-Chettipalayam. It's a solo venture, and this business does something very specific. It creates high quality, pure cotton attire for babies and little children in very beautiful patterns and prints. And it's a solo venture. And this is an account which I have been observing and following for some time I'm a customer myself, because of the communication channels that this brand maintains. Every single message, whether it's a happy feedback, whether it's a complaint, whether it's a query, is replied within 24 hours. 24 hours. And that is one of the reasons why in a very, very short span of 2 years, this brand has built up a very powerful, small but very powerful tribe of fans, tribe of people, loyal customers, loyal super fans who believe in that brand and who are always looking for what next is coming up. When are you coming up with the new patterns? They first did the business only on Instagram. Now they have a website and they are really growing fast. and the super fans are driving the growth of that solo venture. Now, the question that I often get is that, okay, a small venture, a small business is able to talk to customers one-on-one. We are a big company. We have thousands of customers. How can we do that? Well, my answer always is, you have thousands of customers. You have the resources also to handle those thousands of customers. You have a team that can respond. You have a team that can be trained to handle those thousands of customers and build those tens of hundreds of fans, small groups of micro ecosystems of fans that you can build. That's your world that you can create. But we are not using that. Interact. This Sirargal, this small venture in Gobi Chettipalayam teaches us the second I, which is interact. The third I. Okay, so now I have identified, I'm interacting. What happens next? Incentivize. Incentivize your loyal customers. Incentivize your customers. Come up with interesting reward plans. Come up with interesting ways to appreciate and reward and bring focus on those customers who are loyal to you, who are taking time out to share their feedback with you, who are getting in touch with you. You've identified them. You have interacted with them. Now is the time to reward them. A very interesting brand that does it really, really well, it's called North Face. North Face is a travel gear company. Now, they have a loyalty program which is a case study in several B schools in the world today. It's one of the most popular loyalty programs. It's called VIPeaks. VIPeaks. And every time you buy something from them, you earn peak points. This company stands for the mission of empowering and enabling people to travel to all kinds of places and explore new places. Do treks, hikes, do all kinds of off-roading adventures in life. And they say, for all your adventures in life, we are your partners. That's what this company does. They provide travel gear for that. Now, every time you explore a new place, every time you attend a brand event of this company, you earn peak points. The name itself, Peak Points itself, drives home the point. What do they want? It connects directly to the company's vision of exploring outside, scaling peaks. And the second thing that makes it so attractive and interesting is the kind of rewards that are associated. For every time you collect a certain number of peak points, you can exchange them, you can redeem them for real dollar discounts. Close to 12 to 15% discounts they offer up, and these are substantial discounts. These are not the kind of lip service discounts or lip service rewards that we often get. That, okay, I've got a coupon of 500 rupee voucher from so and so company. I see the voucher, I'm very happy. I tell everybody, okay, I've got this 500 rupee voucher. Today I'm going to buy something, and then that fine print I see below, applicable on purchase of 4,000 and above. Out goes the voucher there. These are lip service rewards. If you're offering a reward, give a real one. Give the one that appreciates your customer for being a customer. Incentivize, the third I, and a very, very powerful I. The last I, which is the real game changer. Immerse. Immerse your customers with an experience that they will take back. Immerse them in an experience that they will be emotionally bonded with. What experience are you creating? Enable to build a community where like-minded, loyal customers can come together and share their thoughts. A classic example, one of the biggest stories of who does this so really well is Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson is a company that's driven, their growth is driven by superfans. Harley owners are proud to be owners of their bikes. And here, the bike is just one of the things of the deal. It's not the bike they're buying into. What they're buying into is the experience of being a Harley owner. They have a owners group called HOGS, H-O-G, Harley Owners Group. And this group meets very frequently, and this is a membership. This is a paid membership subscription, and the buyers pay for this membership and join this. because it's an exclusive. It makes them feel special. Harley Davidson stands for the spirit of freedom, rebellion, adventures. And this group is formed, and this community is formed, has different chapters and branches all over the world. There are different Harley Davidson hog communities all over the world. And the company promotes that, the company nurtures and develops this. There are so many, there are ways where you can involve the customer into your business, into your marketing. I'm sure you have heard, or you must have definitely visited the Rajdhani restaurant here, which is there in Chennai and a lot of other places. There's one thing very interesting about them, not the food, not the unlimited thali and not those things. I'm talking about when you walk out of Rajdhani, you get a hammer to hit the bell. A very small little exercise which doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't cost anything. But there are hundreds and hundreds of fans of Rajdhani whose children are looking forward to that moment when they're walking out and their parents take them up and hit the bell with that. It's part of an experience. What experience can you build into your brand? What experience can you build into your business? There are hundreds of stories on experiences, but experiences are that strike right here, that appeal to our emotions. Not products, not services, experiences. They go right here. Immersive experiences. Immerse them. The fourth eye, the most powerful and the game-changing eye of the fandom formula. Identify, interact, incentivize, and immerse. The fandom formula. When you do these 4 eyes, you transform your customer into a loyal, true superfan. Start today. Build your tribe of superfans. And there's one thing I want to share with you right now before I leave. To build a successful business, you do not have to change the world. You just have to change somebody's world. Thank you.